Hi, my name's Kenneth WAJDA. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado, and I like talking about film photography and all things photo, and today I'd like to talk about a photograph. It's one I made when I went to a party in early September. There is a neighbor of ours who has a party that is so good, it's so big, it's called Little Red Rocks. And in Denver there's a beautiful amphitheater, one of the most beautiful amphitheaters for live music that everybody from the Beatles to stars of today have played on. And it's the greatest place if you're in Denver to go see a show. But his backyard is on a hill, and he's got a rock outcropping that he has made a Little Red Rocks. And it's called Little Red Rocks. And he's been doing this party for 10 or 12 years, and it's one of those parties that if you tell somebody about somebody's backyard party, it's like, how good can it be? But he brings in musicians, he brings in a musical director, he brings in several bands, he has 2 stages going, he has lighting, he has this incredible, incredible party. And so I always go, and I always bring a camera, certainly. But I find that if I bring a digital camera, I tend to shoot a little bit more coverage. If I bring the X100 Fuji, I tend to want to, shoot some band shots, get some close-ups, get some wide shots, shoot some of the audience, and I'm kind of shooting them for him because I want to document his party. But if I bring a film camera, I shoot much less, and what I do shoot will probably be a portrait of somebody and maybe a couple of photos. There might only be 6 photos taken that night, but what I shoot is a completely different approach to what I would shoot because I don't shoot coverage. I'm more or less shooting maybe some portraits or maybe some people engaged in a conversation and having a laugh. And that night of the party, as we were getting there, the driveway comes up to the top of the hill and the house is up there, and then you have to walk down this hill to get to the Little Red Rocks amphitheater in his yard. And there's probably 300 people here. And the one man who could not get down the hill was because he was 100 years old. And he wanted to come to the party, but he couldn't get down the hill anymore. So they had built a platform for him at the top of the hill so that he could watch the concert from above. And I had never met him before. So as I'm getting to the party, they're introducing me to this 100-year-old. So I photographed him. I asked him if I could take his portrait. And he was very gracious, and it was a treat to be able to document him in this place, although I don't even show the place. I more or less did an environmental portrait of him. Mostly it's about capturing his wonderful face, his energy of being there. And that photo I'll put in the links below. I'm really proud of, and I think it's one of those, it's part of my Wise Photo project where I photograph older people to document who they are now and to save and savor who they are, because a lot of times older people don't get photographs like younger people do. And I think it's important to photograph him. I think it was an honor to get a portrait of him. He may be at the end of his life, and I have a photograph that the family hopefully can hang on to, and they've asked for a print, and they'll certainly get one. And because it was shot on a negative, I can hand print it. So I'm really proud of that photograph. I'll put it in the links below, and I love that I could go to that event, and I didn't expect to shoot that. And I don't think I shot very much more, because that was, for me, the most satisfying thing to photograph that day. All right, that's today's photography talk. If you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button, and I'll bring you some more. Thanks so much for watching.